here we grow. We're at the Garden Studios, the Hive, the place to be. We have a special guest on this episode, but you're going to introduce yourself because you're so special.
Oh, okay. So it's like that. She's thrown it over to me. So hi guys, I am Maxwell D. I'm a musician. I am a mentor. I'm a father. I am a lot of things. But yes, I am here today with the lovely Desiree, and thank you for having me, basically.
Thank you. Just a few questions. Where were you born and raised?
Okay, so I was born in England, South London, Dulwich Hospital. I was born. I was raised in Peckham.
Always Peckham?
No, my mum moved to East London in Leighton when I was about 8, 9, coming up to, just before 10. My nan moved first and then my mum followed. So, yeah. So I had to travel back. My dad stayed in South London. He's still in Peckham to this day. So I've been like back and forth from Peckham and Leighton most of my life. And I obviously went to school in Tennyson's, which is in Oval.
So you're like a man from all ends.
I am a London man. I have lots of family in northwest London. That's like Harlesden, Kilburn, all of that. That's most of my cousins and that from there. And I also, obviously Peckham, Brixton, that whole South London and then all of East London. And I used to hang around in North London when I was younger as well.
Wow.
So London is just London,
wow.
innit? Yeah, I'm just a London man.
I love that.
London. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them
I
ones.
love that. You also mentioned that you're a musician as well.
I am a musician. I've been in the music industry for like 24 years. I come in the game about 99, but I would say that my dad was the first instrument to introducing me to music because he's a DJ. When my dad was in his prime, he was like on Kiss FM, WNK, those radio stations, and he used to play out a lot, loads of concerts, like loads of stuff. And I got introduced to it through living with my dad, through records, growing up with my dad, obviously raising me into the music scene like that. So I saw a lot of this behind the scenes when he was managing artists, from when he was playing at concerts to Notting Hill Carnival. So I was really exposed, had no choice basically. I was just exposed to it. So that's, for me, that was the first, and then I developed all the things that I liked about the music industry from there and took what I wanted to take from it.
Was there a specific moment or achievement that made you realise your music career was taking off?
It's hard because it's like, I'd say there was moments when I got a club booking, my first booking, a first paid booking. I performed at Coliseum. It was £100 I got paid, and it was for Martin Liberty Lana booked me, and it was literally like, that's when I felt like I made it, but I didn't make it. I was just some MC, like I was just some young MC getting paid for the first time, taking it out of the bedroom, taking it out of the house parties, and actually being like someone actually giving me money for my talent. That was like, wow, oh my God, I'm getting paid £100 to MC. And that was a big moment. But it has been other pinnacle moments, like winning a under 18s competition and getting myself on Cool FM. There was like first getting my first deal signed, Serious, my first song Serious getting signed. There's been moments doing Top of the Pops for the first time, like traveling abroad for the first time. There's moments,
so
man.
many.
There's too many, so that's why it's hard to answer.
That's just proving that every single moment that you've had, you've enjoyed and you've appreciated.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel that the moments that have come, I've been blessed. I've seen a lot. I feel like from where I've come from and my background, I feel like, the cards were destined for me at the time. My stars were aligned, and a lot of the grounds that I was exposed to first, I was like the only person there. Not the only one person, but there was a few of us. So, we kind of like broke a lot of molds is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. You're naturally talented as well.
Thank you. Well, I believe that it just comes, as I said, I had no choice. Like I love music. Like everything about it, from I was reading vinyl labels from a young little kid. I've got musicians in my family. It was inevitable that something was going to come out of me.
Real talk. We appreciate Max. Right, next one.
Go for it.
What were some of the early challenges you faced in your career, especially when transitioning into scoring for film?
So that's kind of like two questions. I would say that the first part of it, challenges, I was raised and grown up in the street, and I had a lot of that energy that I come into the music industry with. So I faced a lot of communication challenges, meaning that I didn't know how to operate much. I was just so street. When I look back at myself now, I'm like, oh my God, cringe. But it's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying I was that. I was like, I didn't have no media skills.
If many people don't know,
Yeah.
but Maxwell has quite a few films that he's
Oh,
made
yes,
music
yes,
for.
yes.
So that's why I've asked this question.
Yeah, the film stuff now is due to one of my best friend. He lives in Los Angeles. His name's Ruwanga. We have a company together. We call it the Bird Call. I run the UK side of things, which is like head of operations and head of A&R. We have a catalogue of like 10,000 plus more songs in our audio library bank, and we customize for TV, sync, scoring, movies, adverts and film. We've been doing that for a very long time. I've had songs in TED. I've had songs like on Netflix movies. We've done Saw 5. We've done like Fast and Furious. Like recently we just done Road Rage with Colin McGregor and stuff like that. So we've been in that world for a very long time. I'd say a good like 10 years. Yeah, plus. So that is what I do with the TV and film side of things.
And then you've ended up at the Hive, our film
yes.
studio. So
So
how did you even find out about the Hive?
The Hive now was, I have a friend that I worked alongside 20 plus years ago, imagine, and he was the guy that introduced me to the studio that I recorded my first track Serious with. So 20 plus years later, the same guy contacts me and is going, Max, like, you still doing the mentoring stuff, right? I'm like, of course I do. Like, he was like, listen, I got a good link for you. You need to check out this lady and check out this place. It's called The Hive. When I eventually did get in touch with The Hive and I come down here, I was just blown away. I was like, they're not going to get rid of me.
And we have
I was like, they can't get rid of me now. That's it. I'm going to make myself home. So I was like, yo, The Hive is a crazy space. When I say crazy space, it has so much here all in one building. For a musician or an artist like myself, it's so important that you can have a recording studio, so you can go from one stop, you can record the tracks, then you can take pictures, you can shoot content, you can sit down here. This is one of the rooms that we're in. We can do podcasting. I mean, like, the list goes on. There's pop-up sets. I mean, I'm home. I mean, like, what more do you need, guys? Like, media-wise, what else do you need? I think this is one of the most special places. I'm surprised. To be honest, I felt kind of privileged and I really wanted to be selfish and keep it all to myself. But then I'm like, no, I'm not doing them a service if I don't tell no one about this place. So, like, you're welcome, guys. Like, come down. It's in Park Row. I love it. It's a beautiful space. And I've collaborated with The Hive. We're going to be doing music workshops from out here. So the public can now come inside and, take a Maxwell D music mentoring course called Music Through the Bars. I'm just here to teach, help the community as much as we can. We're going to have a lot of courses running through here. And
I love the fact that you're actually sharing your knowledge throughout the years. What you've learned, you're prepared now to share it with the younger generation.
Yeah, I mean, my son's 16, man. I mean, when you got a teenager and they grow up, you just kind of look at like, well, whoa, my God, my son's come to me with so much stuff. And I'm like, do you know what? I've worked in a lot of schools. I worked in a lot of prisons. And I've done this stuff and I'm looking at them and I'm like, information is key. That's it. Information is what the problem is. A lack of information, which is knowledge. Yeah, and I feel that if I can share that knowledge and information with people that don't know that stuff, then I feel that I've done a service. Also, I've come from a negative background, as in like the streets and stuff like that. And I yet again, I feel like a lot of our people are missing knowledge, skills and information to help them advance and get out of the ghetto. It's a crabs in the barrel mentality. So we're just trying to teach people to create lanes for themselves. And if I can give you skills in the music industry to, all the mistakes that I've made or all the achievements that I've made, I want you to know that, learn that, and become better than me and be a better person. Not just about music, it's about life skills as well. I want people to know about financial literacy. I want people to understand, people want to be in front of the camera, but no one wants to know what's going on behind the back of the camera. What things are money-wise, like your song on the radio, how much that costs, or, percentages, splits, deals, contracts, TV, sync, film, everything about music.
But even the performing as well, because everybody wants to be an artist.
Yeah, the artist thing, I got that unsmashed. So it's like even, have to use the studio, Logic, whatever, Pro Tools, whatever, how to be on the stage performance. And we have that all here.
We've got the space where they can actually do a bit of rehearsing. We've got the space.
Yes, we've got rehearsal space.
Recording, even like taking your stills or like branding your product.
1000%.
Yeah, so we've got that in the Hive.
The Hive has
For
everything.
sure.
So yeah, we're just taking time out to kind of just do that here right now, and let the listeners know that the Hive is the place to be if you want to catch a lot of talent, a lot of people networking. I feel like this is the new wave.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've got another question.
Go for it.
What legacy do you hope to leave in both your personal music and your work in film scoring?
Okay, in personal, I want to be able to be. I'm still growing. Personally, I'm still growing. I'm still trying to get to that enlightenment spot where nothing bothers me. I'm trying to get to Zen mode, like it's where I'm just like peaceful with life. So that's my personal growth, and knowledge and wisdom. I'm trying to obtain more of that. In my music career, hopefully one day I want there to be a statue somewhere, saying that, yeah, this guy helped lives. Hopefully one day I've changed some lives, I've met people and they was inspired. I've taught people they was inspired. Yeah, it's not about really just about me, like, oh my God, I want to have the best career and everyone to know all my songs and that. I feel like it's a bit more personal for me. Yeah, it's not just about the music. It's about, impact. Yeah, what do people say other than your music? So yeah, it's personally, I'm not perfect. I've got flaws, but I'm just trying to be a better person. So that is the legacy I want to leave. I want to be able to people to say about this guy, what he done, how he impact lives. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I believe you'll achieve it.
Thank you.
Yeah, most definitely. Right, how could a space like the Hive have helped you when you started in your career?
I'll be gone. Sorry. I'll be a millionaire by now. I'll be a billionaire. Nah, I think if a young guy like me, well, it was different times in it, so there was none of this technology for starters, you know what I mean? But if I was a young musician in this time and I had access to the Hive, game, because everything's here. You don't need anything. Like, you could literally form a career in this place.
Yeah.
Like, easily, content, recording, whatever. It's all here. You don't need nothing. So I would definitely say that for a young musician, this is the spot, or any creative, I'd say.
Yeah. Thank you. Last one.
Oh, I thought that was the last one.
No, give us one piece of advice you would give someone starting in their career.
Understand the industry you're getting into. Research the industry that you're getting into. People just like to dive in things because they see all the glitz and glamour, and I feel that's where everyone goes wrong. I think you need to study what's going on in the creative industry you decide to get into. Understand it. So my advice would always be look about the business, because most of these things are business, isn't it? So I say that the creative side is great, but there will always be admin, and that's the side that everyone hates. So I feel like that's the most important. Research the industry that you're getting into, and yeah, there is no smoke without theory.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I would say to the youngsters.
Thank you, Max. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me
and your knowledge.